Okay, I have my 2007 PT Cruiser. We're going to be replacing the lower torsion mount on here. We got the part right here, and so there's an upper and a lower. This is the lower we're going to be replacing. And the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get the car jacked up and get a jack stand under this passenger side here. Okay, we got our jack positioned back here. We got a jack stand right under here. Doesn't really matter exactly where you put it. We're just going to leave the jack in place. No need to remove it. We've got our impact here and a 19. And we're going to go ahead and get all these lugs off and just get our wheel off. Okay, now we're going to have to get this plastic flap out of the way. There's going to be a couple little buttons to pry loose, and there's going to be 3 of these 10 millimeters. I've got an extension and a 10 millimeter. If you come down here and look underneath the car, you can spot these. We have one back here, one right here, and one up in here. We got to get those 3 out, and there'll be a couple of buttons here that we need to pop loose, and there'll be another one up under here that we need to get loose right there. So, and there might be one more, but yes, right here. There's one right here. We got to pop that loose as well, and then that'll free this piece up. So we'll go ahead and get those 10s out of there first. Okay, so I just popped those little Christmas tree buttons loose. We got the 10s loose, and now we just have to wiggle this thing and work it around and get it out of here at this point. Okay, and there it is. And let's kind of pop the front end down first, and the back end kind of followed. Now you can see the condition here of this mount, and as we take it loose and probably get it out of here, we can really see the damage more so. So next we're going to go ahead and take our 18 millimeter. Now this thing will move a little bit, but we're not going to fuss with getting a jack and supporting it just yet. We're going to go ahead and just get them loose and get everything off here first. We'll just get on this 18 right here first. Okay, so we got this bolt out, the 18. We're working over here. We got to get this 15 right here off. An extension with a swivel works really good. Getting this over here if you're using an impact. So I'm going to go ahead and get that, and then we'll loosen the top one up there. Okay, there's a little washer behind that. Let's get that and keep up with that. Okay, so I just loosened that and flipped it up out of the way. We're going to get over here onto this. I got a long extension with a swivel, and we're going to get on this 18 right here. Okay, so now just pulling this long bolt. It's got a welded nut on the back side there. So here we can see the condition of this. You can see these are starting to cut, and just from the wear, it's not doing a whole lot of good. And here is our new one. By comparison, all the rubber intact. Big difference. So we're just going to go ahead and slip this into place. And just to show you this welded nut back here, you can see that. So you don't have to worry with holding a wrench on it back there. So we're just going to slip this. We got that part right there going that way, and it'll just slip right up into place. And we're going to get our long bolt started here at the back here first. Okay, with that into place, we'll go ahead and take our other 18 and slip it right. And you may have to, if your engine moved, we may have to take and tilt this slightly to get it to line up, because it doesn't act like it's wanting to line up here now. But we'll wiggle it around and see what we need to do with it here. We may have to get the jack at the back of where the filter is there and just slightly tilt it, because it's wanting to twist up and it's keeping me from lining up my bolt there. So you can see my jack back there. I was just trying to twist the engine just slightly. Very, very little pressure was put on it, not lifting the engine, just twisting it a little bit so I could line that up. So I've got those in there. I'm just going ahead and taking my long extended handle ratchet and tightening these up, snugging them up real good. And so we're going to go ahead and work on getting this brace back down here into place. Here we just have the little washer and nut. We'll go ahead and get that back on there. Okay, so I just took my extended ratchet and snugged those brace bolts up, those 15s there. And there's a look again at our nice new lower mount. And now we're just getting ready to get this cover over here and get it back into place. And we'll just kind of feed it back up in here like we took it out and get our 10 millimeters back in it. Okay, so I'm just under here tightening up my 10 millimeters and just snug them down by hand. And then we're going to get all these little buttons popped back on. I've got the one over here, I've got the one underneath here, and I've got one more here that ties these two together. I'll pop that into place. Okay, so it's like right in here, this little flap. We just got to reach up in here and get that. Okay, that's got all of our flap and everything there, and now we're ready to go ahead and just get our wheel back on here. Okay, we just kind of snug the lug nuts up. We're going to lower it down and torque it to 100 foot-pounds. We'll go ahead and get our jack stands and jack out from under here and get it lowered. Okay, now we're just tightening these to 100 foot-pounds, working our way all around in a crisscross pattern. Just double checking them. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video on replacing this lower torsion mount. I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, please give it a like, and I always invite you to subscribe, and I thank you for watching.